The term PC Master Race was coined by The Escapist, an online gaming magazine. It was first used in the Zero Punctuation review of the original Witcher game, in which he uses it as kind of a jab at PC gamers who prefer games to be overcomplicated.
What quickly becomes obvious is that Witcher is very much a PC-exclusive game, which are typically designed to be as complex and unintuitive as possible so that those dirty console-playing peasants don't ruin it for the glorious PC gaming master race.
Anyway, PC gamers took this insult and turned it into a badge of honor, which is ridiculous considering its super racist connotations. Get it? That's clearly an Aryan dude. I'm not saying it's not funny, it's still pretty funny. There was a point in time when PC gamers had every right to think that they were playing games the best way that they could, but I regret to inform you guys that that ship has sailed. I've talked about this a few times, but there was a point in my life where I played most of my games on the PC. It was somewhere around the GameCube, PlayStation 2 era. Originally, I thought this was because I had no money and I could torrent whatever the hell I wanted on PC, but this actually had very little to do with it. It was actually because the PC had much better shooters. As I mentioned in my video History of Modern Video Game Control Schemes, first-person shooters were a complex concept at the time, and it took a while for an intuitive universal control scheme to be figured out. PC games figured this out first, with WASD controlling the character's movement and the mouse controlling the character's perspective. This is the origin of the argument that a mouse and keyboard is the only way to play games. You need 4 axes of movement, mouse and keyboard. Back around this time, we had console games with dual analog controls, but they were janky and weird. They didn't have sensitivity or control speed figured out yet. There's a lot of other things that make control schemes weird back then, but I've explained that already, and I'll link to that video later on, so you can watch this video, and then watch that video, because I'll take any chance I can get to link to my old videos. Today, console games more or less do have a unified control scheme, and they do have movement and aiming completely figured out. In 2013, Bungie co-founder Jason Jones told Destructoid that they made the original Halo run without a mouse and keyboard on purpose, because now nobody plays shooters the way they used to play them before Halo because nobody wants to. This is referring to the revolutionary control scheme that the original Halo had. In this interview, he was also trying to explain to Destructoid why there would be no PC version of Destiny, because the PC Master Race is dead! Back around the PC gaming heyday, it was easier for developers to develop for the PCs first, then port it to other consoles. PC gamers usually had PCs with better hardware than the consoles at that time, and developers would develop the best product that they could and then dumb it down for the console ports, and then they would try to figure out the shitty control scheme. The PC versions almost always looked better, ran better, had better controls, had better online capabilities. It just made sense to want the PC version. Now look at today. They develop games for consoles first because that's where the market is. With consoles, you know that everybody's going to have the same hardware. You don't have to test the game on hundreds of different graphics cards and RAM combinations. The PC versions of these games are an afterthought, and lately, PC versions have been totally broken. This was most apparent last year with the PC version of Arkham Knight. They had to pull the things from the shelves, it was so bad. The PC port of Black Ops 3 was supposedly also broken, and this picture of Assassin's Creed Unity that everybody likes to make fun of was taken from the PC port. Of course you could build a really expensive gaming rig so you can run your games on Ultra and have a really high frames per second rating, but like, most people aren't going to do that, so why would developers develop for that? However, it is very easy to develop a game with online capabilities. It is an internet machine after all. It has an Ethernet port. That's all it takes is an Ethernet port. I'm totally qualified to be talking about how easy it is to develop stuff. But the Xbox 360 and PS3 and every console after that were built around the idea of online play. Before you comment, I know that the original Xbox had Xbox Live, but not at launch. Xbox Live was definitely a good selling factor for that console though. Each PC game still to this day needs its own way to get online, something built into the software to get into a server and play with your buddies. Steam makes this easier with its friends list, but not every PC game uses Steam's friends list. Hell, not even every Steam game uses the Steam friends list. EA games use Origin, something completely different. And what about games that don't use either of those? Console games just use the native OS. Hey, let's make a party. All right, I sent you an invite. All right, I'm in. That's it. That's like, come on. Another argument PC gamers have is that Steam games are super cheap, which they are. But so are PlayStation Plus games. And yeah, it's part of a subscription service, but my PS4 was $400. How much was your PC? Over $1,000? And isn't it out of date already? Didn't Nvidia just come out with a new graphics card? You gotta get on that! If you like a lot of tinkering, there's nothing wrong with playing games on PC. You can get a lot of PC games to look gorgeous if you play with the settings enough. You could also completely break all of your shit. All I'm saying is developers are making it increasingly more difficult to enjoy games on PC and increasingly more viable to just buy the damn games on consoles. It just makes life so much easier. And there's nothing wrong with my goddamn thumbsticks. What do you guys think about the PC Master Race? Is it still a thing anymore? I, for one, don't care what the hell you play your games on. Do whatever the hell you want. It's when you try to shove your ideals down someone else's throat. That's the problem. Did I do that in this video? I hope I didn't do that in this video. I'm a hypocrite. I'm a huge hypocrite. Anyway, leave in the comments below. I'm me on Twitter, all the social media garbage. Share this video with one of your PC Master Race friends so they can hate on me. And don't forget, Wulff Den live every single Wednesday at 9 o'clock, and I Twitch stream whenever the hell I feel like it. Go to my Twitter to figure that out. Thank you guys very much. Have a good week. The first game to have mouse look on by default was Terminator Future Shock in 1995. But again, this was not popular. This game also did not have WASD by default. It had W, X, Q, and D? Why D? Why? This entire time, I was on a quest for the Hawk Moon, a year one PlayStation exclusive weapon, which was supposed to be the best hand cannon in the game. Arguably the most powerful primary in the game next to the No Land Beyond, and the one gun that always seemed to one-shot you in PvP. Alright, I sent you an invite.